The definition of an anniversary is a date that has happened in the past that had a significant or special event happen on that particular date. Exactly 12 months ago was the day that I proposed to my future wife, Stephanie McPhail, to be. At that point in time, at about this time, 7:30, we were making our way to dinner. I had already had probably about 5 or 6 Di-Seronos. If you know me, that's my drink of choice. Probably had about 5 or 6. I was feeling really good. We were actually on a cruise ship, Royal Caribbean Liberty of the Seas at the time, just off the coast of Miami. And we were headed to Jamaica. And on that cruise ship, we were preparing ourselves for dinner. I made sure I had on my suit. I made sure that it was my favorite pinstripe suit, brown in color, blue shirt. I made sure that she had on my favorite dress, which was her long sleeve brown number. And at that point in time, I was nervous. I was putting on these clothes. I had to sneak the ring into the pocket of my suit as we were getting dressed as she was coming out of the shower. And we made our way to dinner. But during dinner, that's when the nerves hit me because I knew I was going to be proposing after dinner. And at that point in time, during dinner, we met some new folks at the dinner table. We're talking to them, and I was nervous. I mean, I could feel the sweat happening around my neck. I could feel my stomach just turning over as I took every bite. And my nerves were just shot. I kept ordering Di-Seronos at the table. By this point, I'm probably 10 or 11 deep. And all I wanted to do was take Stephanie upstairs to the back of that ship and propose. So right after dinner, I said, babe, I got something I really want to show you. And she said, okay, let me smoke first. And I said, no. Let me just show you something real quick. Why don't you come follow me? I'm going to take you back to the back of the ship because I had been her tour guide the entire day. And I'd been showing her around the ship where the casino was, where the pool was, where the adult pool was, where the arcade was, where the windjammer was, where could she get food, where the bar was, where the shops were, where our room was. It just had been her own personal tour guide. And at that point in time, she told me, no, we're going this way because I can only smoke on the right side of the ship. And I'm trying to figure out how in the hell, without being on this boat for only a few hours, you figured out you can only smoke on a certain side of the ship, and I didn't even notice that. But if you're a smoker, you figure these things out quickly. I figured that out soon after. The point is that after that, she had mentioned that she wanted to go to the right side of the ship. I said I wanted to go to the left side of the ship because that was taking me in the direction of getting to the top deck, back of the ship, exactly where I wanted to get her. And at that point, she had decided that she was going to smoke first. So I went over to that side of the ship with her. She enjoyed her cigarette. It was windy outside, brown hair just blowing in the wind, and I'm staring at her. I'm like, man, I love this woman so much. I hope she says yes. Even though she's smoking on that cancer stick, I'll still take her. Hopefully one day she'll quit. But I really, really wanted to get her to that back of that ship because I had been waiting so long holding this secret inside of presenting her this ring. So at that point in time, she finished her cigarette and she told me her feet hurt. And I said, okay, babe, I just want to show you the back of the ship. She said, no, I got to get out of these shoes. We had been walking all day. We did so much walking in Fort Lauderdale. I could understand her pain, and we did walk a lot while we were in Fort Lauderdale before getting to Miami and boarding the ship. But I told her that I really just wanted to take her to the back, and that just sprung into a normal couple's back and forth of it wasn't happening. When a woman wants to take their shoes off, fellas, you need to let them just take their shoes off. I had to learn that the hard way. So I decided I was going to walk one way thinking she was going to follow me. That didn't happen. She turned around and headed towards the room a few decks below. I walked to the back of the ship, sat on that bench, and I thought to myself, man, she wouldn't even walk back here with me because her feet hurt. Should I be doing this right now? Is this the moment that I'm supposed to have right now? And then, the angel side of me came out and said, you know what, she has no clue. And if she knew, she'd probably be ecstatic to walk back here. So get off your ass, go get your woman, and make her come up here. So that's what I did. I made my way down to the deck, and when I opened up a few decks below to our room, I opened up the room. She's in the room crying. And I'm like, what's going on? Why are you crying? You wouldn't listen to me. My feet were hurting. It's not that I didn't want to go to the back of the deck with you, but my feet were hurting. I really wanted to change my shoes, and I'm just upset. I didn't want to be mean. And I said, oh, babe, now I'm feeling like an idiot. Like, why wouldn't I just let her take her shoes off and be in her flip-flops and be comfortable? If anybody knows Stephanie Fastnut, those flip-flops are home for her. So the point being is that she put her flip-flops on. I hugged her. I told her I loved her, and I told her I just want her to come to the top deck with me. I have something to show her. I took her up there on that back deck, and we got up there. We looked at the bench I was sitting on. There was a couple sitting there. I'm like, man, what the hell? The timing would have been right the last time in my head. So walked around the side, saw another bench, and I'm like, man, there's another couple sitting there. So if you've ever been on the, I forget what it's called, but the surfing area, the back of the ship, they have bleachers back there, the flow rider. I took her up to the top deck. We sat down just like two high school kids on a football bleacher. And I told her, I said, hey, if I were to propose to you, which way would you want it? Would you want your family around? Would you want it to be just you and I? And she said if the moment was right, it doesn't matter. And I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and practice. So I reached in my jacket pocket, hands shaking, nervous as hell. Fiddled around with the ring because I couldn't even get it into my hands. Brought it out into two hands and I presented it to her. And I choked and I said, baby, will you marry me? And she covered her eyes and she said, oh my God, are you serious? And I said, yes, I'm dead serious. Will you please make me the happiest man in the world? Will you marry me? And she kept covering her eyes and wondering was she serious. She started crying. Next thing I know, she took the ring. And I said, and what? And she started putting it on her hand. I said, hold on a minute. You haven't even said yes. She said, of course I said yes. So I hugged her and I gave her a kiss and I held on to her and I cherished every moment right then and there. I became the happiest man. I felt alive because she made my night, my week, my month, and my year. And to that, I say on our anniversary, I love you, Stephanie McPhail.